oddly enough, all of these principles are the same in changing your relationship with food,
Right.
and changing your relationship with activity, and getting to a healthier place in your life. Because diets don't work. I mean, there's an industry making millions on diets. And there are millions of people that will stand there and tell you that they've achieved the results I've achieved, the easy way with surgery. That's really not the easy way. They don't keep it off. 96% of them don't keep it off.
Really?
Yes, really.
Wow.
Now, I have kept this weight off for 3 years. I have no intention of getting it back. I don't say I've lost the weight. I say I've released it. I don't want to find it. Thank you very much. No.
It's another person.
But you know, I couldn't exercise at 260 pounds at 30 minutes at a time. I could exercise for 3 minutes. That's real exercise. That's not leisurely walking. That's you know, the aerobic stuff. And I had to work my way up to being able to exercise for 30 minutes. In fact, I used to say it was the E word. I wouldn't even say the word exercise.
Oh, the E word.
It was the E word.
Wow.
And I called a friend one day and I said, oh my God, you know what I did? I just compulsively ate an entire stalk of celery. Now, I'm not talking about one piece, I'm talking about the whole thing. And she says, well, you burned more calories eating it than you did by doing it, so what are you worried about? Well, she's not a friend anymore. That's somebody I let go. Because it's the behavior that was wrong. I had to wake up to my own behavior. I had to get real with myself. Talk about being intimate with your money. I had to get intimate with my behavior and my relationship to food.
Well, so it's a lifestyle thing. It's more of a lifestyle.
Yeah, and I had, you know, my sofa where I watch television and read. I realized I didn't consider activity doing unless I accompanied it with food, and neither did my friends. Every time I got together, it was over a meal, or it was at a party where there was food. So I had to change the dynamics of my social activity.
Right.
I also had to get real with the fact that I couldn't eat pain away. Some things are physically there, some things are emotionally there. And I had to get real about that.
Did you have a vision of the weight you wanted to be?
No, my
Picture in
doctor.
your mind?
My doctor asked me. He said, "What's your goal?" And I do not have a digital scale. I have one of those scales that has numbers. I said, "I want it to be straight up and down."
That was your vision.
That was my vision, and that was
vision.
150 pounds. Now, I got there. When I got there, he said, "Do you have a goal?" I said, "Yeah, I want it to be there." And he said, "Well, what's there?" I said, "Somewhere around 120. It's not so much about a number. It's about being healthy. I feel so good. I sleep.
Well, that's important.
I eat whatever I want in smaller proportions. But let me tell you what the keys are. The keys are drinking water, getting rid of all the bubbly stuff, and drinking water. Water is such a critical element. We're 98% water. Did you know that?
Mm.
And our skin is the biggest organ we have.
Yes.
Yep.
People
Yes.
always talk about
That's
their
true.
heart rate and
Right.
their lungs,
Yeah.
and this is the
Skin.
biggest organ we have.
It is. And the one least used is our brain. Imagine that. So we have so much, our mind, when my mindset changed and I gave myself permission not to eat sugar, not to eat salt, not to have carbs, and I'm not saying cut them all out, just not to have that as the mainstay, I opened myself up to this wonderful world of fruits and vegetables that are so yummy and delicious.
One of the things you said is it wasn't a number, it was a feeling of well-being. It's sort of the same thing. Be careful about chasing that number, whether it's
Yeah.
R
Right.
or whether it's a certain dollar. You really have to figure out what works for you. You know?
Absolutely.
And what people tend to do is we don't realize what works for us, and it's the same as emotional eating, as
Well-
opposed to saying this will give me happiness in life. I mean, I can, because we live in a consumer world, we have to have money. I mean,
But of course, you can't go
right,
without
right,
it.
right.
It's
But on the other
necessary.
hand, you know, people don't
But
realize
that should be
that-
the focus. I mean,
Exactly.
And
it's what you do with it. It's what you buy, what causes you support, and that to me, that's the focus that I want to bring more to the attention. because everybody understands that, we all need to make money. There's no running away from it. If you want to live someplace, you want to buy food, let's not kid ourselves. If people say, well, I really don't care about the money, well, they're lying. That's not the reality of it.
Well,
you want money, you love money, you desire money, and it's good for you. It's how you use it, what you do with it, and that's what matters.
yeah,
That's what matters.
and when I was building, every business that I've built, I didn't start out saying I want 2,500 employees. I didn't start out saying I want to create this program or that program. I started out saying I want to do the right thing. I want to do something new. I want to do something breakthrough. I want to do something exciting.
You have to think outside of the box. You have to let yourself go and start, dreaming, and then just fulfill it. And I wanted to talk about, the affirmation of what you said with the confidence, with fake until you make it. I mean, that's what I needed. I needed when I left the husband with no money and said, I went into real estate and I really didn't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to give that appearance that I knew everything.
And if you ask
I did my
questions,
best.
people tell you stuff and just sponge it in. Go, okay, I just learned something. Don't let them know you just learned something. Then you ask another question. Oh, God, I just learned something. Okay, this is great. I'm learning more and more.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be covering in the next segments, that I want to start talking about how to create your professional success, whether it's your business or your personal. And you touched upon that a little bit today, which is the vision.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to have the vision. Just like you have a vision of how you want it to look with the,
Yes.
straight up. That is still a vision that you were focusing on, and then you found the resources to create that, the thought, and then you took the action, the necessary action to create that result. It's the same thing with the finances. You have to have a vision of what it is that you want to attain financially. You want to have return on your investments. You want to be able to travel and have the income coming in from the investment that you have, and all of that. So I want to talk about that next time, and especially your life. And I look forward to doing that next week. See you soon.
Thank you.
Then.
Thank you for being here.